And there is no other congressman in the entire state that has a higher conservative voting record than Joe Walsh, according to the Heritage Action. We have another guest with us, Chip Borman from Heritage Action. And so, how much time do you want to warm up, Joe? You want to just come right in?
You're doing great!
I'm going to do 45 minutes on Obamacare, if you don't mind. So, before we welcome up Joe Walsh, we always want to do one thing we always do at every meeting, and that is to salute the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll join me. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, unlike the lamestream lapdog fully compliant media's message that the Tea Party is dead, it is not dead. We are all here. And I want to give you some encouraging news if you don't know already. In this last election, we have now control of GOP governors of 30 of the 50 states.
Nice.
That was largely through grassroots Tea Party efforts. We also have half of the nation's governors rejecting Obamacare on the state level. Just so you know what that means. The reason why these governors are rejecting it is not because, as you see on the media, sometimes you'll have a governor who's not quite informed and says, well, we don't know quite yet what's going to happen, so that's why we stopped the state-based exchange. That's not why they did it. They read, and they were informed by people like Michael Cannon from Cato Institute, from great fine representatives from the Heritage Institute, that a little-known section of the PPACA, Section 1321, disallows the Internal Revenue Service from fining any employer any fines for not providing health insurance in a state that does not open a state-based exchange. So, what's going to happen if the law is not turned over or picked apart by piece is that producers, business owners, taxpayers will start flooding to red states because those states are stopping Obamacare at the state level.
It's on my agenda.
So, those are the things to be happy about. One last thing. We elected 26 more representatives to the U.S. House of Representatives. That happened in this election in November. And it's already starting to shift the tide when it comes to the establishment and how they like to spend along with the Democrats. The porkulus bill, which is what I like to call the relief bill for the victims of Hurricane Sandy, there was about $40 billion of pork in that piece of legislation. Stuff like money for algae farms. That's nice. That'll help them. Amtrak got their little kickback in that legislation. Well, they were going to try and pass it before we brought 26 more reps into the House. And guess what happened after Thursday when they were all sworn in? $40 billion of all of that was cut, and $19 billion went to the residents of Hurricane Sandy. So we're starting to make a difference. The progressive influence will not be overturned in 2 election cycles. I hope we all understand that. It's going to take years for us to fight back what they're doing. But one of our leaders in this movement, and certainly our best leader in Illinois, is Joe Walsh. So without further ado, my friend.